Hi everyone. Well, remember in the last couple of segments we were building a cabinet. We had developed a cutting list and cut out our parts. We started assembling, got the cabinet together, the carcass, and funny thing happened. While we were putting it together, I found out that I'd made a mistake. I had cut the shelves too small. And luckily I cut them exactly a ½ inch too small. And I was able to add a ½ inch piece of wood to the side of the shelf, which fits in very nicely to the ½ inch deep rabbet to hold the shelf. So that was a minor mistake, and it was an easy fix. Sometimes the mistakes aren't always as easy to fix. What we're going to do now is put the back on the cabinet. And this will be a piece of ½ inch MDF with a white vinyl. And it's a big sheet, 4x8 sheet, and it's hard to put it on the table saw and cut it by myself. So what I'm going to do is rough cut a piece to the approximate size and then cut it to the proper size on the table saw. And it looks like we need about 29½ inches. So let me cut that. Just going to mark it, cut it out with the jigsaw, and a lot less struggling than trying to get the sheet through the table saw. (43 1/16), 29 1/4, 29 1/4 heavy, 29 1/4. Alright, I'm going to cut it about a 1/16 of an inch smaller than the actual size. Just knocking anything off that might keep it away from the fence. Check it for square. pretty good. Here we have our back. We'll cut it, check it, make sure it fits. Rolling?
Yep.
Before I put the back in, I want to mark the center of the partition and the center of the shelves. And once I get it together, I will put a few screws in there to help hold it better. Make sure everything's sitting nice. See, I have a shelf that's just a little bit sticking out here. Let's see if I can fix that. What I'm going to do is just plane it down a little bit. that feels pretty good. Put a little glue on there. Whenever you can use glue, use it. It holds a lot better than nails or screws. It just has so much surface area. Although with the melamine and the vinyl back, there's not a whole lot of wood you're actually gluing. This should be a fairly snug fit. The back of the cabinet is really important because it squares everything up. And it should be fairly substantial material. 1/4 inch. Some people like to use a 1/2 inch. I use my pinch rings again to pull everything tight. And this really helps. If your cabinet's out of square, but your back is square, the pinch rings will actually pull the cabinet into square, which makes for a much easier installation. Alright. What I'm going to be using to attach the back is a 1/4 inch crown stapler. You can use anything, small finish nails, nails made for paneling, anything that's about 1 inch long. And if you remember, I made the rabbet for the back 3/8 of an inch wide by 1/4 inch deep. So I have plenty of room to staple and secure the top without coming through the other side. I want to put a nail or staple about every 4 inches. Most of the holding power, though, will be coming from the glue. The nails provide a mechanical fastener in case the glue fails for some reason. As you're stapling, you have to push down to make sure the back is making full contact in the rabbet. remove the pin trains and put a couple screws into the partition and shelves. Check it to make sure it's square. And that's it for the back. I'm going to mark the back now for my screws. We're just going to be using some small 3/4 inch screws just to help hold everything together. I like this, Glenn.
What's that tool? What's that tool you're using again?
Driver. It's not a drill, it's just a driver. Kind of like a hammer drill. Really drives the screws into this MDF.
Who makes it?
This is a Makita. I just got it. Just this last week. I've heard about them for a couple of years now. But when my old screwdriver finally died, I decided to get this kit that had this in it. Has a light on it. Thought that was pretty neat.
Do it again. Is that for when you're drilling in the dark?
That's for when you're drilling in the dark, screwing in the dark. All right, that's the back. Now we check it diagonal. Make sure it's square. 53 1/16 heavy. 53 1/16. Good enough for me. All right, the next thing we'll be doing is doing the doors, installing hinges, putting the veneer tape on the front, and the cabinet should be about done. See you later.